Chapter 36. Risa. Risa is the first to notice something's wrong with Connor. Risa is the first to care that something's wrong with Lav. In a moment of selfishness, she finds herself aggravated by it because things are going so well for her now. She finally has a place to be. She wishes it could remain her sanctuary beyond her 18th birthday because in the outside world she'd never been able to do the things she's doing now. It would be practicing medicine without a license. Fine when you're in survival mode, but not in the civilized world. Perhaps after she turned 18, she could go to college and medical school, but that takes money, connections, and she'd have to face even more competition than in her music classes. She wonders if maybe she could join the military and become an army medic. You don't have to be a buff to be a medic in a medical unit. Whatever her choice ends up being, the important thing is that there could be a choice. For the first time in a long time, she can see a future for herself. With all these good thoughts in her life, the last thing she wants is something that will shoot it all down. This is what fills Risa's mind as she makes her way to one of the study jets. The Admiral has three of his most accessible and well appointed jets set aside as study spaces, complete with libraries, computers, and the resources to learn anything you want to learn. This is not a school, the Admiral told them shortly after they arrived. There are no teachers, there are no exams. Oddly, it's precisely that lack of expectation that keeps the study jets full most of the time. Risa's study starts shortly after dawn, and it has become her habit to begin her day at one of the study jets, since at that time of the morning she's usually the only one there. She likes it that way because the things she wants to learn make other kids uncomfortable. It's not the subject matter that bothers them, it's the fact that Risa's the one studying it, anatomy and medical texts mostly. Kids assume that just because she works in the medical jet, she knows all there is to know. It disturbs them to see her actually having to learn it. When she arrives today, however, she discovers Connor already there. She stops at the hatch, checks her makeup. Surprise. He's so absorbed in whatever he's reading that he doesn't hear her come in. She takes a moment to look at him. She's never seen him so tired, not even when they were on the run. Still, she's thrilled to see him. hmm They have both been so busy there hasn't been much time to spend together. Hi, Connor. Startled, he looks up quickly and slams his book closed. When he realizes who it is, he relaxes. Hi, Risa. By the time she sits down beside him, he's smiling. Doesn't seem quite so tired. She's glad she can have that kind of effect on him. "Mhm. You're up early." No, I'm up late, he says. I couldn't sleep, so I came here. He glances out at one of the little round windows. Is it morning already? Just about. What are you reading? He tries to push it out of view, but it's too late for that. He has two books out. The bottom volume is a book of engineering. That's no surprise, considering the interest he's taken in the way things work. It's the book on top, the one his nose was in when she arrived, that catches her by surprise, almost making her laugh. Criminology for morons? Yeah, well, everyone needs a hobby. She tries to take a long look into him, but he looks away. There's something wrong, isn't there, puppy? She asks. I don't need to read Connor for morons to know what that you're in some kind of trouble. He looks everywhere but into her eyes. It isn't trouble, at least not for me, or maybe it is for some ways. I don't know. Wanna talk about it? That, says Connor, is the last thing I want to do. He takes a deep breath and shifts in his chair. Don't worry, everything will be fine. You don't sound too sure. He looks at Risa, then looks at the hatch, making sure they're still alone. Then he leans in close to her and says, now that the Goldens are no longer around, the Admiral's going to be looking for replacements. I want you to promise that if he asks you to help him, you'll turn him down. The Admiral doesn't even know I exist. Why would he ask me for anything? Because he asked me, Connor says in an intense whisper. And I think he's asked Amby too. Amby? All I'm saying is that I don't want you to be a target. A target for what? For whom? Shh. Keep your voice down. She looks again at that book he was reading, trying to piece it all together, but there just aren't enough pieces. She gets close to him, forcing him to look at her. Aquí, mira, papi, aquí, right here. I want to help you, she says. I'm worried about you. Please let me help you. He darts his eyes back and forth, trying to find an escape from her gaze, but he can't. Suddenly, he bridges the small distance between them and. Oh, he kisses her! Oh. She did not expect it. And when he breaks off the kiss, she realizes from the look on his face that he hadn't expected either. What was that for? It takes a moment for him to get his brain functioning again. That, he says, is in case something happens and I don't see you again. Fine, she says, and she pulls him to another kiss, this one longer than the first. When she breaks it off, she says, that's in case I do see you again. There's more coming. All over. Oh, the face! He leaves, awkwardly stumbling out and nearly falling down the steel steps to the ground. In spite of all that just went on between them, Risa has to smile. It's amazing that something as simple as a kiss can overpower the worst of worries.